Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's a special Thanksgiving Day presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last weekend, they pulled one out in a very low-scoring affair. It was all about their defense.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack on first down, Jones. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Giants. Kadarius Toney, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Man open left side is Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in the...
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 75. And the Cowboys are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. We less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. But, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL. I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. The families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. A quick throw complete to Washington. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The slot man in motion right. Off the play fake, Prescott. Sliding out of the pocket. That is caught by Lamb. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the play.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
Prescott to throw it. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Maher on for the extra point. This no good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing, Jones. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Jones. Here's Tony on the quick slant. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Jones. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown! Kyle Rudolph. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Gano the extra point, and with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. So that drive 7 plays in length, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, down at the 31. Inside give to Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Our game here, a Thanksgiving staple in Dallas dating back to 1966. It was Tex Schramm, the Cowboys GM, who wanted to drum up a little publicity. And he drew 80,000 to the Cotton Bowl to see the Cowboys beat the Browns that year in 66. And a tradition was born and has only grown in love and passion over the years. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Catch made by Slayton. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he'll get this one to Galladay. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. Back to throw again.
It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This Cowboy defense trying to hold them out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Jones. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is up to 8. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got an open man. It's Washington. First down now, but that clock rolling. Prescott down. Going to take a shot for Gallup. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you got to think. Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here rather than
right?
down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll see how this all plays out. Prescott, they're going to throw for it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw here pulled in by Galladay. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Here's Jones throwing on first down.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Gano the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
On play action, Prescott. He'll buy some time right, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. You think back to last week, they dropped that game to the Detroit Lions. Now they're trying to make amends here as they've got the football and the lead.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Up the middle with Barkley. Oh, what a move. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
Jones throw caught by Tony.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll try the right side here. Barkley
to the 27-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A beautiful fake. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 19-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal.
Gano's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From the 27, Prescott on the left side. Gallup's got it. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a 1st down here. Play fake. Here's Prescott.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And this is incomplete. Well played defensively. Nearly had the interception. But it's 2nd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Prescott yet again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott.
And he'll go right back to Lamb.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll throw again. Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Sets them up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line.
60 yards rushing for him now to this point.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Off the play fake, Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble.
Barkley will take it in for the Giants touchdown. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action now. Prescott. That's caught. It's James Washington. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're going to speed things up here. A first down throw for Prescott.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here's Jamie Gillen now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
74 yards on the ground for him so far.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Off play action. Jones.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Back to throw. Jones. This is caught. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football.
Jones hit, and the ball's out. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal.
This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Prescott. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. third down, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To the air again, Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Brian Poole.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. Again, it's Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end